Hey you guys, I'm here with another video. This is about a book that I received from Amazon and I won a contest. So I'm going to be talking about that. Before I do, Gerard, was this a book you sent me? Because I found this in my pile of books and I can't remember who I got it from, when or where. It's called The Radleys by Matt Haig. It's a fun, fresh contribution to the genre. Darkly hilarious spins. Let's see. It's a 2011 Alex Award winner, The Radleys. They are an averagely dysfunctional modern family living in a quiet English town. Does that sound familiar? Just wondering. It sounds good. I think, I'm going to enjoy reading it, but I don't remember where I got it. It's a vampire book. Yeah. It's about vampires and a family of vampires. Does that sound familiar to you? Okie dokie. And then, speaking of Gerard, I forgot to show this. I also got this bookmark from Gerard, okay, and it's based on the short story Hidden Depths, which I just finished the other night. It's one of the stories in California Screamin', and the bookmark is kind of, wait, I'm not even showing that to you correctly. The bookmark is kind of like Under the Ocean. That's the theme. It's going with that, and I like it. It's really sturdy. I always love getting bookmarks, so I just wanted to show that I got that also from Gerard. Thanks again, Gerard. And then, okay, now this right here, The Sea of Blood by Reggie Oliver, I won this. Jen Bernardini had a giveaway, and I signed up for it, and I won, and so she sent me this. It's a bunch of short stories by Reggie Oliver. Look at the cover there. And it's a bunch, like it talks about what all the stories are in here. I'll just read you a few. A pantomime horse is haunted. The devil and the 7 deadly sins go on holiday to a seaside resort. Now that's clever. A TV reality show host uncovers the true identity of Jack the Ripper. So it sounds like there are some good stories in here. So I'm glad I got that. Thank you, Jen. And then from Amazon, now this one I am so excited about this. I ordered this from Amazon. I couldn't resist. I couldn't wait anymore. I didn't care how much it cost. This is a great book to own for horror lovers. It's called Paperbacks from Hell. And especially if you like the old covers from the 70s, 80s, and 90s of the horror back then. And it shows different covers in here. And it talks about the different types of books. It's separated into different categories. Yeah, I didn't read this. The Sentinel, I saw the movie. I remember being so terrified as a little kid when I walked in the room and this was on. I was so scared. But then, whenever I was older, I really loved watching it. I remember that. I won't forget that. I was little and I was in there, and that creepy scene at the end, if you've ever watched it, you'll know what I mean. I like dived onto the couch and was holding on to my father's arm. It was so scary to me. But it also intrigued me, and like it started me on, because I was so scared, I wanted to like face my fears. I guess that's the only way that I can explain it. And so I had an interest in horror movies. And I was never allowed to see them unless I snuck them behind my parents' back. I wasn't allowed to see R-rated movies. They didn't have PG-13 back then. And that made me want to see them even more. So, when I was in high school and I would sneak them, and then as I got older I just watched them because I could, I became like this connoisseur of horror movies and horror novels. I couldn't get enough. And I remember I'd go in the bookstore and I'd like stand there. It was fun for me, okay? We'd be at the mall and I'd go into B. Dalton and I'd just go to the horror section and I'd pick different books and read the back. And that was fun for me. I really enjoyed that. Finding different creepy covers and finding out what they were all about. But they show the covers all through it. And like they're broken down into different categories. Like this one here is when animals attack. So it'll be all about, you know, horror that involves animals. Let me read you from the contents, okay? So you've got chapter 1 is Hail Satan, 2 is Creepy Kids, 3 When Animals Attack, 4 Real Estate Nightmares, 5 Weird Science, 6 Gothic and Romantic, 7 Inhumanoids, and 8 Splatterpunk, Serial Killers, and Super Creeps. So I think they've just about covered all of it. Look at that. I can't believe that. It's like a Nazi elf. John Christopher's The Little People. Unholy Trinity. Here's Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I mean, this is really comprehensive. I've already paged through it. And I'm going to spend a lot of time reading this because it's just so awesome. And then, like, I go through and I get all excited when it's something that I've read. Like, I read Slime. Yeah, the first time I went through, I was, like, seeing how many of these that I read or that I remember seeing the cover when I was in the bookstore. So, Bloodworm, Gila. See, some of these I can't take seriously nowadays. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Black Horde, I could take that seriously because scorpions are creepy. But like Gila, and this is a big Gila monster, I don't know. That's harder to take seriously. Oh, and anything with spiders, dear God, oh. Moonbog. The plants. Well, you get the idea. I just wanted to show this off. I'm so excited to have this book. It's by Grady Hendrix, and he wrote Horror Store and My Best Friend's Exorcism. And when he writes his novels, I know at least My Best Friend's Exorcism is like kind of a homage to the 80s horror, to 80s horror. Okay. So there you have it. That's what I wanted to share with you. Some books that I'm really, really excited about having. I mean, this is a vampire story. I'm sure it'll be okay. It sounds pretty good, but I've got a ton of these, so it's nothing original. But this Sea of Blood sounds great. I was listening to Shades of Orange on one of her videos, and I will link her down below. And she was talking about how she likes horror short stories the best, because you can really get into different types. You know, it satisfies your craving for stories. You can read all different ones. Like, rather than being, you know, tied down to one 400-page book, you have a bunch of stories that you can read in that many pages. If that makes sense. I agreed with her. That's the way I feel about it, too. I like it. So, and then Paperbacks from Hell. Well, this is nonfiction, but it's a great coffee table book, I think, especially if you're into horror. If you're not, well, it's not for you. But if you are a horror lover and a horror connoisseur, so to speak, this would be a good coffee table book for you. Okay, take care.